This is going to be a unboxing and review of the apex Tactics Delta made by Apex Airsoft. So we're going to look at this box before we actually open it up. It's a pretty cool box actually. There's a logo, Apex Airsoft. And not much on the side, really, just usual warning not to brandish in public. Same thing on the other side. Apex Airsoft on this side. But on this side, it will give you some info about the AEG itself. This doesn't seem to want to focus. But yeah, that says it shoots, there we go. Shoots 380, 390 feet per second with a 2.0. Has a tight bore, has 9mm bearing bushings, a steel torque gear set, high torque motor, that's pretty true. Full metal body, also true. Flip up front and rear sights, they're also metal by the way. And yes, that is a 14-inch rail, that is completely metal. And there's a length and weight. And it is made in Hong Kong. And now we're going to move on to the unboxing. So we're going to go ahead and open up this box now. Lid just slides right off. Back to the side. Alright, so the first thing you're going to see in your box is going to be the manual. And by the way, yours is not going to look ripped. This is actually my doing. And this manual is pretty good. It's nice and colored. It has nice English in it. Just gives you the overall basis of the gun, how to operate it, including stuff like that. Nice manual. And as with any other airsoft gun, you get a cleaning and jamming rod. Next thing you get is a stubby foregrip, which is pretty cool. And you also get a 300 round metal high cap magazine. Yours won't have tape on it and won't have BBs in it. It's a nice metal magazine. And lastly, you get the AEG itself. And your AEG won't have duct tape on the orange tip. That's just an orange tip in there. But yeah, this is a very solid feeling gun. Silver paint. It says Tactics. Caliber 6mm. It has a serial number. It says made in Hong Kong. There's a fire selector. Makes a nice click. And on the other side, Apex Tactics in that nice silver paint. And now we're going to move on to the review of this AEG. This AEG is almost completely made out of metal. Things that are metal are the outer barrel, the iron sights, 14-inch rail system, the upper and lower receiver, the trigger guard, the fire selector switch, your sling attachment point, and the buffer tube. I'm going to give you guys a closer look. Again, here's the paint, a nice silver paint. Let that focus. There you go. I heard issues of the paint rubbing off on some people with the other Apex AEGs, but I mean, it looks like good paint to me. Nice click with the fire selector, a lot like a HK style fire selector with the little emblems. Here's the other side. It says made in Hong Kong on that side as well. Now, I know that there's supposed to be a little plate right here that's supposed to look like a bolt. Well, I took that off because I found that taking off the upper receiver and trying to put that back on was rather difficult. So I decided that I would just leave it off so I don't have to deal with the hassle every time. And your hop-up won't look like that. It should be black. I'm just testing out different hop-ups. Here's a look down the sights. This thing just reminds me of a 416 or something like that. Very similar in my opinion. Very solid feeling AEG. So now we're going to move on to the pros and cons. So before I move on to the pros and cons, I'm going to disassemble this real quick. So you're going to need a Allen wrench. And there's just going to be a little screw right here that you're going to unscrew. Don't want to lose this. Then what you're going to do is you need to punch it out. There's going to be a screw on the other side. You really got to, at least in my case, really got to do it. Then just got to kind of pull the charging handle over the gearbox a little bit. And it comes off. Here's your barrel. There's the type bore. And yeah, again, I'm testing out different hop-ups. Yours will be black. This is metal. Even though I thought that it wasn't at first, then I realized it is metal. Here's the lower receiver. Oh yeah, I did forget to mention that has a quick spring change system right there, which is pretty cool. Another interesting feature. Now on to the pros and cons. Moving on to the pros and cons of this AEG. So I bought this on Friday of last week. I used it on Sunday at a game, and I was told I couldn't use 2.5 BBs because it shot like 390 or something when they set it to 2.5s on their chrono, and they have a limit of 400 there. And I guess that's too hot, you know, because it can jump over 400. And they told me to use 2.0s. Don't use 2.0s in this gun. It's meant to be a DMR. I mean, it's huge. It's a huge M4. And that was really bad. I was getting flyers all over the place. It was hard to use that day. So I guess until I break some parts in, maybe I can use 2.5s. I'll probably have to swap out the spring to lower spring potentially. But if your field's like that, and they don't, you know, if it's shooting close to the limit and they feel that I could jump over, they're going to have to use 2.0s. It's going to be very difficult for you that day, trust me. Yeah, you're going to want to change out the spring or something. Honestly, just, you know, break in the parts quick enough, I guess you should say. Some other cons are the magazine it comes with. Again, this is a 300 round high cap. It's kind of hard to get into the gun. It doesn't really sit well. You kind of have to cradle it in, like, kind of like that. You can't just jam it in like that. Well, now it seems to work, but see, like that, it kind of knocks up on you a little bit. But every other mag that I tried, it works fine. Another con with the gun is the butt plate, or yeah, whatever it's called. I just call it the butt plate. Is you kind of have to, I haven't seen one like this before. You really have to kind of like put on like this, then you have to slide it. And if you're in the middle of a fight and you have to change your battery, that's really hard to do, I found. But, oh yeah, and yours won't have red paint like this. Weird. Yeah, it's really weird though. Look at that. I haven't seen anything like that before. Finally, some pros is, as far as I know, according to YouTube videos and other internet sources. The internals of this AEG, they're just like the internals on the Apex R5s apparently. So they're decently upgraded, has a tight bore, good motor, yeah, everything's metal except for the stock and the pistol grip. And the rate of fire is awesome. Nice trigger response. In fact, I have a LiPo right here. I can shoot it a few times. So yeah, this is a 11-1 LiPo. I'm not gonna use this too much because I might be almost dead. So here's Simi. You know, that's nice. Here's full auto. That's nice. Yeah, that was great. Battery LiPo I have just fits in the buffer tube. It's not a butterfly style one. Yeah, it's a great gun. This is right under $200. Again, I believe they have two other Apex Tactics AEGs in this little series that Apex threw out. Those are all $200. I believe they have a 8-inch rail model and a 10-inch rail model. I'm not sure though. I'm pretty sure I have an 8-inch one though. This is the biggest one you can get though. Actually, they might even have more than that, but I'm not sure. Yeah, it's really nice though. The fire selector feels good. Everything, it's a very solid AEG for just under $200, and what you're getting is pretty incredible. But yeah, that's basically everything I can tell you guys about the gun. Thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe.